Good afternoon, my dear students, the students of grade 5. Our lesson today is going to be about the fact and opinion statement, which is our comprehension skill for today. It's not a new skill, but it's a repeated one. Fact and opinion statement is that the fact that can be proved true or false. Any fact statement or sentence can be proved true or false. The opinion statement, it's your belief or it's your thought about something. You cannot prove it true or false. So the fact and opinion statements are statements that can prove true or false. That's about the fact. While the opinion statements are judgment or the one that cannot be proved true or false. I think that we talked about the fact and opinion statements before, and we know it. Any questions about this part will be discussed in the online session tomorrow. And in the next part in here, on page 405, how limbs are used. We're gonna check this part together. Listen, and we will talk about it. Listen, guys.
How blimps are used. There is no better outdoor advertisement than the blimp. These flying billboards carry advertising messages hundreds and thousands of feet in the air, where they can be viewed by hundreds and thousands of people at once. These flying machines have appeared in the skies for more than 80 years. In 1925, the American tire company Goodyear built its first blimp. It was a huge success. Goodyear built almost 300 blimps, all promoting their products. They are often seen on TV sports programs. Cameras on board give viewers aerial shots of the action. These blimps are faster than most ocean ships. In fact, the U.S. Navy used them during the Second World War. Large enough to carry equipment and stay in the air for days at a time, they are also used by law enforcement officers. Because blimps have the best safety record of any flying vehicle today, they are used to cover many special events. Today, tourists also use them. There is no better way to see the African plains than by floating above them. A ride in a blimp is truly a unique adventure.
So he's telling you here about a blimp, and he said that a ride in a blimp is truly a unique adventure. This is a blimp, guys, because our lesson today is going to be about the Hindenburg, and I'm going to tell you later about the Hindenburg. What is it, and what is the first time that they used it. Okay, this part in here, you can find all the fact and opinion statements in here. So try to apply the skill of fact and opinion in this part. And let me know if you find it, or even if you don't find it, we will discuss this in the online session together, guys. That's page 405. Now turn over the page, you will find the second part of today's lesson, which is the new vocabulary about the story. Let's take them one by one, listen, repeat, and focus on the meaning of the words.
Cruised.
Cruised. Let's check cruised. What does it mean? The word cruised, yes, in here, cruised, it means that traveled at the speed at which the vehicle operates best. So when I say cruised, it means travel at the speed at which the vehicle operates best. And this is the meaning of cruised. Like in here, for example, a vehicle could be a ship, could be a spaceship, could be a car, could be anything, okay? So this is the vehicle in here. So the meaning of cruised is that when you travel using the speed of the vehicle itself. The second one.
Explosion.
Explosion. Explosion, which is in here. Yes, explosion is an act of bursting with a loud noise, blowing up. So explosion is a blowing up, or it's a loud noise. It's a loud noise. Like in here, check the flashcard for explosion. Yes, like in this, guys. This is the meaning of explosion. So explosion, it means a loud sound. A loud sound. This is the meaning of explosion. A loud sound that happened in here. This is explosion. The next one.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. Hydrogen is a colorless, odorless gas that burns easily. So hydrogen is a gas. It's a colorless, odorless gas that burns easily. Okay, this is the meaning of hydrogen. So to check hydrogen in the flashcard, like in here, for example, all the vessels here or the tanks in here are filled with hydrogen. The next one,
Criticizing.
criticizing. Criticizing, it means finding a fault with, and the word fault in here, it means wrong or a mistake. So finding a fault with, disapproving of, or blaming. Like in here in the flashcard, you'll find it in the first one. Those guys in here are criticizing the picture. Criticizing the picture, it means they are telling their opinions which are disapproving this picture, or they have disapproval towards this picture. This is the meaning of criticizing. Let's go back again to the words. The next one.
Drenching.
Drenching. What does it mean, the word drenching? Drenching in here? Yes. Drenching is wetting thoroughly or soaking. Drenching, it means soaking. Like how, teacher? Like this one in here. Yeah, like in here. Drenching, it means something that is wet. Something that is wet or is filled with water. Wet or filled with water. The next one and the last one.
Era.
Era, we studied this word in social in last time. Era, it means a period of time or history. It's a period of time or history. Let's go to the flashcard to check together what's era. Yeah, like in here, for example, this is an era, this is an era, this is a different one, and this is a different one. So an era, it means a period of time in the history. Maybe this one nowadays, this is in the past, this one in the deep past of the history, and this is in the close past. It means from 10 or 20 years ago or 30 years ago. So era, it means a period of time in the history or in the past. Those are the words, guys. Listen to the text on the right on 407, and we're going to talk about it after that. Listen.
The birth of the automobile. The automobile may well have been the most important invention in transportation history. However, it took many people many years to come up with an engine that worked well. In 1771, a Frenchman invented a three-wheeled sort of tractor. It ran on steam power, and it cruised along at 2½ miles per hour. Get a horse. It crashed into a stone wall. Don't worry, all the riders survived. In 1807, a Swiss man invented an engine that used a mix of hydrogen and oxygen for fuel. Can you imagine the explosion? Neither of these succeeded. Not until the 1880s did inventors come up with an engine that was practical. A gas engine was mounted on an open coach. If it rained, the driver and guests got a drenching. This four-wheeled vehicle had a top speed of 10 miles per hour. Improvements happened fast after that. The era of the automobile had begun. This age has continued to the present time and shows no signs of stopping. Instead of criticizing the early cars, we should admire them for pointing the way.
Okay, guys, so this is the birth of the automobile. This car, it's a kind of a car, guys, okay, or a kind of a vehicle. Turn over the page, and you will find the story, which is the Hindenburg. And the Hindenburg, the genre of this story is expository text. You know, in the expository text stories, we have a lot of information about a topic or specific topic. Our topic today is going to talk about the Hindenburg. What is a Hindenburg? Turn over the page and let's check together. And here he said in Germany in the 1900s, the first dirigible was successfully flown, like this one in here. He's going to talk about the history of the dirigibles. The history of the dirigibles, like in here, like in this one. So we are going to know what is the Hindenburg and a lot of information about the Hindenburg will be on the way. Listen.
In Germany in 1900, the first dirigible was successfully flown. This mammoth airship consisted of several giant gas-filled balloons inside a hard, hollow structure that was moved along by motors and steered by fins. In 1931, the most advanced dirigible yet, the Graf Zeppelin, began flying from Germany across the Atlantic and back, carrying 20 passengers in dreamy luxury. Meanwhile, its designer, Hugo Eckener, had even grander plans in mind.
Good. So this is the part about the Hindenburg, and the first one that's in Germany, as they said here, in the 1900s, the first dirigible was successfully flown. He's going to talk about this one, as I told you. And even in here, listen to this part in order to continue the information in the first page, 410. Listen.
While the Graf Zeppelin was busy with these transatlantic flights, Eckener planned another airship that was soon taking shape at the Zeppelin Company in Germany. A bigger and better ship, the perfect airship, the Hindenburg. The new Zeppelin was to be so big that a giant new hangar had to be made to house it.
So what was my question? The first one, it was, what is the Hindenburg? The Hindenburg is a perfect airship. It's an airship in the past. And this in here, if you turn over the page, you will find the history of the Hindenburg or this German airship. So it's a German airship. We will know all the information about it. I want everybody here to read all the story, and we're going to talk about the information in this story, and we will apply the scale of the fact and opinion statements in this story together in the online session tomorrow. See you there, guys. Do not forget to log in the online session. Tell your friends to come. See you. Bye, guys.